The mandate of the Office of the Ombudsman is to ensure that the standards of the Political Code of Conduct are upheld. Mrs. Parchment Brown says there must be consequences for both the individuals and the political parties who breach the Code of Conduct.
Even the campaigning incentivizes by the use of what is popularly called buying of votes.
Yeah.
And so that in certain areas they may be more susceptible to their votes being bought. And that is an incentivization way of doing the Garrison.
So people are acknowledging
Oh,
that votes are bought.
I'll say this, Ronnie. I wish that there would be anybody who would challenge or question that. I go into a constituency that's having a by-election, an election, met by people I've never met before. Good morning, how are you? How is everything going with the campaign? Well, you know, we just a way to get my money and my shirt.
Yeah, and people are saying that,
straight.
People are saying that.
No, some are
openly.
cynical.
Yeah.
I accept that everybody who says it is not speaking
Right.
from authority or knowledge.
Yes.
But there's a degree of acceptance that this behavior has become normalized.
The political ombudsman outlines how she intends to change the culture of political garrisons.
I intend to go into some of the communities that may be identified and sit and talk with people there about, is this an issue? What are their concerns? You know, we have had major reports naming this as a continuing problem. What would they like to see happen? How can they be more involved in the political process? What are their expectations in terms of the conduct and products of their political representation? And to share that with the leadership of the political parties at a higher level, in the hope that we would see perhaps some legislative or other action or some policy action that would reflect a commitment to move away from garrisons.
Mrs. Parchment Brown notes that the office is not trying to change political outcomes or shift political loyalties. Here are her plans for the office.
It's a combination of different things. First, political actors need to understand that they are not the target of any attack or disrespect. That every time we talk about a failure on the part of a political leader, it is because they have failed to do what they're capable of, failed to do what their parents maybe raised them to do, failed to do what their schoolmates who are in the public expect of them, failed to do what their children and spouses expect of them. I'm not so much concerned with punishing them as helping them to move in another direction. If punishment is necessary, so be it. So one of the things I'm pushing for with the code, for example, is that if you breach the code by, say, keeping campaign materials up for too long, you should pay $10,000 for each item you have not removed or cleaned up. Wow. $10,000. If you have breached the code by a public utterance that is unacceptable and that's been investigated, you should pay a fine like $100,000.
She says efforts made will increase public participation in the election process and establish fairness. Kimberly Wright, Frontline News.